name is Tasha Baker. I'm the director and CEO of the Goldsboro Westside Community Historical Association Incorporated, and Corpus in the Goldsboro Museums. And we're here with one of our favorite partners, Miss Bennett of the Bronze Kingdom, the owner of this 27,000 plus square foot space here on I Drive in the tourism capital of the world, owned by a husband and wife power couple here in Orlando. Thank you for letting us tour today. Thank you. So tell us, the Bronze Kingdom, why the Bronze Kingdom here in Orlando? Because you could have housed this collection at your house. And it was at your house before here.
Exactly.
Yeah, before you open up the spaces. So why the Bronze Kingdom here in Orlando to the public?
Well, we lived in South Africa. We started collecting. He's been collecting 40 years.
And that's Mr. Bennett.
Mr. Bennett, my husband. And this is just a passion of his. Started from a small mask 40 years ago, and has morphed into what we have today. And he started collecting wood pieces the first 30 years. In the last 10 years, since we lived in South Africa, is when he started with the bronze pieces. And so he now has the largest bronze collection in the world. You won't see any collection like this. The kings have entrusted him with these items. We have agents that go out to the fields, they do all the rituals for us, and they do all the ceremonial things. And now he's known as a big papa who buys up America, who buys up all the big papa, the king.
I love it.
They call him Hal, the king, and buys up all the bronze pieces. So why Orlando? As we were relocating back here after being in South Africa 7 years, we thought, where could we put Africa in America?
Bring it to the States.
Bring it to the States. What state would this work in? We chose Orlando, one, because of weather, because we live in South Africa, the weather's gorgeous here. But then we also said 75 million people come here a year. 18,000 people traffic the street a day.
So I Drive, their newest location.
International Drive, our newest location. And so we said, that's where we need to be. So we said all of our energies went to get on I Drive. So we had 2 locations prior to getting to I Drive, but the ultimate goal was to get on International Drive, which is the tourist drive here in Orlando, the tourist area here in Orlando. So hence being here now at this 27,000 square foot facility.
Very nice, very nice. And tell us a little bit about the statue in front. We were talking about it a little earlier.
That I don't know what the detail there.
Oh no, that was a white soccer player.
Oh, that part? Okay.
Yeah. Record again.
I don't know how to stop the recording, so it just kind of continues. we'll edit it out later.
So as we acquired this building, we were thinking, okay, how do we change it so that the outside is intriguing, that people want to come inside?
And definitely reflect the Bronze
Kingdom. So this used to be a Caucasian soccer player with an afro, and that was a soccer ball at the bottom here. And so we thought, let's put a Benin warrior out front to capture people wanting to come in and be interested of what's inside. And so hence we watched this literally transform into this warrior here.
Amazing. All right, let's take a look inside.
Extremely COVID conscious. We are a mask wearing, sanitizing. We do have a temperature check when you come in. So as our guests come in, we do a temperature check. And we all it's required to wear your mask at all times unless you're eating or drinking. We have a 0 policy. If you're caught without your mask walking around one time, we'll ask you politely to put it back on. If you're caught with a second time, we will ask you to leave. We're extremely COVID conscious here. We want people to feel safe coming to Bronze Kingdom.
Awesome. You want to show us the diagram first?
As we enter, we have about 12 artists that local artists to Orlando that did beautiful murals. This is Jose. He's from Cape Verde. And you'll notice all of his work will have all the 3D coming out, right? 3D effects. So we want to have the big 5 kind of effect here.
Okay. And how long does the elephant, the rhino? Beautiful.
We have several sponsors already. So this is our sponsor wall, and of course
I got it.
we'll add more as we get more sponsors. This is going to be our Patrons Hall of Fame. People who do the major donations, their name, their plates will go on this wall. Right. So we are Bronze Kingdom Museum, not for profit, and then we're Bronze Kingdom LLC. So there's two sides of Bronze Kingdom.
And now, whoa, your own cafe.
Our own cafe, Serengeti.
And you can see
African name.
And they have sanitizer stations throughout.
Throughout sanitizer stations, we have our own coffee. We have 2 coffees from Kenya.
You got your own
We have
coffee?
our own coffee that we brew. Coffee.
Oh, wow. You tell me Starbucks ain't got nothing on y'all. Oh, yes.
Kenya and Ethiopia.
Oh, we're going to have to purchase some. Most definitely. Nice.
I divide around it with me.
Very cool. And the artwork, I was taking a look when I came back here.
So, as I mentioned earlier, we've got our local artists that collaborated here. So, we have 12 different artists, as I mentioned before, that collaborated with all the paintings here. So, what you're seeing is Jose again on your left here, with the animals 3D effect here. We have Lemus.
These are beautiful.
On the
and
wall.
I love this mural over here.
Yes. That's Lemus and Joy Hayes, local artist to Orlando. Van Jay, straight ahead, that's our kitchen area there, and that's Van Jay's wall there. What we want to do is create what you would see in Africa, a market.
And
We
you
go
feel it
yes, and
when you
see
walk in.
The meat, we put the meat and the different vegetables.
The
This is what it looks like in Africa.
African market.
Right. So I think ultimately we want to make this maybe our chef's corner, where the chefs come and do a special cooking there. I love it. Here are hunters, are hunting the animals there.
You eat what you feel.
Yes.
This is so beautiful. All right. And then you had artwork all lined up there. But where did we start the tour? Back over here. Beautiful. And now, this is now I see you having brunch on the weekend.
Yes. So we have 2 levels of event space, and we'll see the second event space later. A restaurant is considered 1 level.
Okay.
We pull out some of the tables and chairs, and they have bands and
Oh, God, you
for
rearrange.
brunches, we rearrange. Absolutely. I think the restaurant seats about 175 comfortably.
Yeah, it's a pretty nice size space in here. Pretty nice size space in here. This is beautiful. And for brunch food, what do you serve? Typical brunch food, soul food, African food,
or American with an African twist to it.
So I may have some eggs from Kenya.
With a little twist. This is our waiting area. So as people are waiting for tours, our tours right now are $24.95 for adults and $9.95 for children. These are, most people think warriors, but these are actually chiefs. And the reason why you know they're chiefs is because they're shield.
And this is Benny from Nigeria.
Now you remember that the country was the main city within Nigeria. So lots of people are confused. Beyond this black curtain is going to be our gift shop. We have a gift shop at our Fashion Square Mall location. It will be 3 times bigger than that, 3 to 4 times bigger.
Yeah, you sell clothes, you sell
clothes,
everything.
jewelry, everything.
You're getting ready for events.
And this will be more of the lower cost items. We'll have 2 levels of gift shop.
And you see the detail on the tables and
Now, as you enter the gallery, we'll start off right here. What we're trying to show you is how these bronze were made. Okay? And it is done from what they call the lost wax process. And what happens in all this is showing you the steps of how it happens. So they will pack the cylinder. They will pack the cylinder with clay. Okay? And then they would do the interesting carving on there. Then they would heat the The bronze up to over 500 degrees, poured over into the cylinder. It melts away the wax, and hence they call it the lost wax process. So we want to kind of show you how that happens here. That's that
Very
mural.
nice.
What we've done differently here, unlike the mall, is we have built dioramas. So these are called dioramas. So we place the artifacts in their state of how they looked in Africa. And that's not how it is at our Fashion Square location mall.
Yeah, definitely because you got the space here.
Exactly.
Beautiful. Beautiful. And I just want you can tell the details, and everything in here is bronze. Of course, this is a museum. No touching. Your hands have oils on them. And this is something thousands and thousands of years old. Some of it even before Christ, probably.
Right. Not all of our pieces are dated. Some of our pieces, a lot of them are dated. We use a company in Germany called Patina. And we take a sample out of there, and he can date it and get close within about 10 years.
Nice. How do you preserve all of this?
Well, so one way you can tell where a piece set is the patina. They call this patina on there. And so if the piece is really dark and like black, then you know it's set in a smoky area. Some of the pieces are really, really green, then you know it's set outside in a rainy climate. So that's how you can tell where the piece is set.
Yeah.
This is a queen mother here.
Yeah, and you see the children on
Yes.
on the booth. On the birth. Beautiful.
The leopards.
And I love your
represent
backgrounds on these.
Yes, the 3D.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And the bamboo here is a nice touch.
So another local artist, put all together all the dioramas. This is a Tanda King. Two things you'll know about Tanda that you'll always be able to tell. They sit half lotus, and they'll have that smooth patina that I mentioned just a while ago. So that's how you'll know that's a Tanda tribe.
Beautiful. Whenever I look at sculptors, the measure of an artist when they sculpt is the way they mold the hands and the feet. Remember Michelangelo who said the David was so hard because it was so hard in proportion. And you look at these, it's like looking at a real person.
Yes,
so you can imagine, even before then, you look at the sizes of the hands, again, and feet, and how able they were to sculpt it, which is the hardest part because of the details.
Now this is Benin, Nigeria. We're going to talk about
Benin,
the
the
country.
country.
Right, this is the Benin city is within Nigeria.
And then you can have it here where you have it almost like a self-guided tour as well.
Yes, so ultimately what we like to do, everything will be named. So if you want to do self-guided,
And have
our probably third, fourth, fifth stage will be the headset. It will be in every language. So yes, so Spanish.
And so it's not only just a museum or a nonprofit like she was saying. Remember, this is educational. And that's the really main part of why you brought Bronze Kingdom here, is to educate.
Yes.
And that's why, we were talking earlier, the ancestors wanted you all to educate the people about about the continent, not country,
right?
About the continent of Africa and the size and magnitude, the legacy, the history of where we came from. Yes, now we are African American, but before we were African American, we were African.
Yes.
And this is our African history, and this is the connection as well as the education that they would like for everyone. This is the reason why these collections are here. And they've been so gracious to bring it out and put this on display to educate the people.
Yes. And in another phase will be next door, it will be a performing arts theater. So they have one more year on their lease. And so what we're looking to do is put a performing arts education center. So right now we already have schools coming in. I had Evans High School, the drumming, the dancing.
Now you have an event coming up with the drumming.
Exactly, on Saturday, as a matter of fact. So I had Evans High School here on Monday.
Oh, that's
and they
funny.
came for, and they were, this is your legacy.
That's right. That's right.
The
And that's
Benin
what people don't.
representation.
One of the where's this? I know I've seen it a million times. It's actually a bronze statue. And in what country is it in?
I'm trying to remember.
It was one of the ones with the S. Mm-mm. And it's the Black family.
Mm-hmm.
It's the main purpose of this piece.
I'm gonna come back and let him do that. It's a whole story on that. These are the Benin factional way the story of the British soldiers raided one of the Benin villages, stole over 900 plaques from them. And now, I don't know if you heard in more recent news, the museum is now saying they want to loan the plaques back to Benin.
How do you
to loan something that you stole in the first place? So that's in the news here today.
We don't want to get started.
Right.
You came to our place. You done met Francis.
Yes,
You really want?
Yes.
We'll be here all day.
This is actually so. I said it before. He collected wood pieces for the first 30 years, and then the last 10 years he started collecting the bronze. This is what started the entire.
These are
bronze.
wood.
So, no, these are bronze.
These are bronze. Okay.
But he collected wood in the beginning, the first 30 years. He had started watching this collection. It's the Jamon and Magna tribe. What happened was they had a small bridge that connected both tribes. That's how they did their trade. That's how they made their money. The bridge got washed out. Mr. B got a wind of that, and Mr. Bennett got wind of that and said, I want to build a bigger bridge, a concrete bridge, so they can get trucks across the bridge. Because they were walking, like, once it got washed out, they were walking 10 kilometers around trying to do their business.
Yeah.
So once the king got wind of that, he gifted him the set. And this is what started all the bronze collection 10 years ago.
Because he helped them with the career.
Yes. So now we build hospitals, we build hotels, we build schools. So.
And as a sign of their appreciation.
Exactly. And so what happens is a lot of the countries are in, villages are in dire need of money. So us purchasing these items, they're able to put that money back into the villages. So now it's become a humanitarian effort now for us to really be able to, help.
And give back.
Yes, and give back.
That's amazing.
Yes.
No, I didn't know that part. Yes. No, that's awesome. Y'all are so humble
This is
about
Gabon.
it.
The country of Gabon, you have several tribes, the Fang, the Kota, you have several tribes in here.
Oh, those are beautiful. And I'm not sure if the camera is picking up, but you see the bronze and the gold.
Again, talking about that.
Yeah.
Yes,
You see the bronze and the gold, the shine. And I don't know if any camera could ever do this justice.
Yes.
You have to come over. You have to come over. Oh, and I love these. These are sitting out in front.
Yes, we have our other location. These are all, we had a King's Road plus our Queen. Yeah.
Oh, she's beautiful. And I'm always, the attention to detail in the face with the tribes,
so the scarification.
It was the scarification was where they tell you what tribe, what region, your ethnic status, your marital status, whether she was fertile or not. It told everything about you. And it's your first form of identification.
Yes.
And that's what you have now on your driver's license.
Exactly.
And so you can tell all of that just by the scars on the face.
Yes.
That's it. And beautiful.
This is a celebration piece. So she's celebrating Queen Ife. That's a celebration piece. When you see the king over here, this means the king has just defeated his enemy. And that's the enemy's head.
Just hold it up.
Yes.
Like in the Bible, huh?
Yes. Sometimes you see them under their feet. I mean, they defeated the enemy there. Well, this is our slave area. We have slaves from Tanzania and Senegal. They have some common threads here. The bone and mouth is sort of to keep us from speaking.
Yep.
They bounded our hands and feet to keep us from dancing. These are the Portuguese slave traders here.
And look at the way they depicted them. As stout.
Yes.
As stout. Fat white man. Yeah. All right, not too
And
much.
it makes sense for right next door, the door of no return.
Yes.
This is La Patina.
In Ghana.
Sold in Ghana. It's on the West Africa, and this is where we were sold. So what would happen is, as the ships came in, they had dungeons there. They would take the light-skinned women upstairs and rape them, and the dark-skinned women got thrown into the cells. The cells, the only air they got is when they opened the door to take the dead bodies out and put the other bodies in. My husband and I, this is so sentimental to us, we actually visited here.
Yeah, I don't think I could.
And I could not, my husband went to the
I think it
sale
would mess with
because
my mental.
the ground's not even, because what they did was they left all the feces and all of that, and they built it around that. So it was just too emotional for me to go inside. But so this is why we put this together here.
Oh, you didn't go inside?
I didn't go inside, my husband went inside, Mr.
Yeah.
went inside, I couldn't do it.
Yeah.
Way too
I
emotional for
wouldn't
me,
be able
yes,
to
yes.
I wouldn't be able to.
Another place we visited in Ghana, we did a 28-day trip to Ghana, and this is a palace that we had actually visited, so we wanted to do a replica of what that palace looked like. These are teakwood pieces from Ghana. They're about 75 years old now. And these sat outside our home in Africa. When we lived there in South Africa.
And the reason, is there a religious reason, you know, kind of, they protect the space?
Yes, yes, yes. And lots of maternity, they see symbolism.
Yeah, very
Being a mother is real important.
And you see Mother Africa,
Yes. Yes.
Mother Nature.
Yes. Yes.
And motherhood has always been a symbolization and a theme.
Yes.
Throughout all of it. Hey, Mr. Benedict, how are you?
Go back to this piece, like on the right.
And this is Mr. Bennett, the owner of Bronze Kingdom.
Hello.
And this is their private collection.
Well, now it's a collection for the world.
Now it is, definitely.
It's one of the Renaissance piece.
Yes.
Where is this at?
It's in Dakar, Senegal.
Senegal. I knew it was an S name. Senegal. And what's the realization of this piece?
This piece right here, this is actually the largest, second largest, the second largest statue ever made by man.
Mm-hmm.
And in Dakar, Senegal, and it's the Freedom Statute. So as you fly in or boat into Dakar, this is what you see. And this is this part right here is a mountain, and this part is bronze. And so it was controversial for a lot of reasons. One is that a lot of folks bid on the project, but the Koreans wanted to actually build it. It was actually built by Koreans in 2010. And you know that Senegal is a Muslim country.
Mm-hmm.
So they had a bit of an issue with the bare-breasted woman and a naked baby. So, well, they've gotten over it, and as the world has really received the piece quite well. And if you want to know, this is us in scale to the statue. You see, it's quite large. There's actually an elevator that takes you up to the crown, and you can look out.
Have y'all been to the elevator? Gone all the way up?
No.
Very cool.
Yes.
Very cool. Much like the
That's the Liberty.
but this is how many more times bigger than the
Probably
statue?
about 3 times.
3 times is bigger. Yeah, I knew it was the scale was larger. Wow. All right. All right. So, Mr. Bennett, Mrs. Bennett was showing us, we were talking about the importance of women throughout, and the symbolization throughout all of the pieces, with motherhood, fertility, symbolism of wealth, and just the nurturing nature, and how it came to be Mother Africa is what we know about it today. So you want to keep walking us? I think we're right here.
All that all started way before Christianity.
Most definitely, and that's what we were talking about. A lot of it's BC, before Christ.
Before Christ.
Mm-hmm.
Paganism was the religion of the world. And so, before there were others, And all that was it turned into a negative thing after Christianity and Islam. But before that, it was just the worship of the the sun, the moon, the land. There was no negative connotations associated with it. And one of the main differences between Christianity and Islam versus paganism was the fact that in paganism it was the feminine, the female that was exalted because she could have
children.
And that was the one that created
life.
So that's why you have mothers, and everything was about the female. That all changed with the Christianity.
Because it was more about the masculine side.
It became about the masculine. See?
Definitely. And still apparent throughout the teachings in the Bible as well.
Yes.
And this, what is this?
This right here, what we've done here is we've actually created dioramas. Dioramas being actual scenes from Africa. So this palace actually exists in Africa. So we recreated it. Now it has its own wooden posts. These are the ones that we have, but it shows you how they were used. All right? And so what we're going to do here is actually going to be a hologram ultimately that will come out of here and tell you.
That's scary.
So it'll tell you about the village and the palace and all the goings on with that. So.
And what village is this from?
Or
what tribe?
This is actually from the Tikar tribe. Tikar.
In Cameroon.
Cameroon.
Yeah. So I will. It's one of many that they would have. So.
And this is the actual throne, or just a chair?
Yeah, that's the throne.
The throne. And you see the detail at the bottom? And this exhibition is, I love it. And this is Cameron. This exhibition is
Celebration.
Celebration.
Traveling king.
So, and this is where the king would travel on his policy, and he would be with his wives, or sometimes it could even be his queen mother, but there would be some consistency there. And one is that you see the drinking horn in one hand here, there's pipe in the other. There's his palm wine. That's what he'd be drinking. He would always have his messenger up in front, and the musicians to let folks know that the king is coming.
The king is coming.
So.
Here comes the king. Very beautiful. Oh. And we do have lighting, but again, if you were here in person, you wouldn't. It doesn't do it justice still. Even with lighting, the bronze on the pieces. Oh, I remember him. Yeah. Just amazing.
He's back in his natural setting. This is the palace in Kumban, and this is where he came from. There were actually two horses there. And
he actually has a drawn palace as well.
That's the way it looks. Yeah. So we just recreated it. And then there were two of the horses, and King had two sons. The eldest was always groomed to take over as king, and when he was on his deathbed, he decided that he wanted his younger son to become king. And after he died, that angered the older son, so he took this horse and half the kingdom and started his own kingdom down the road. So
he was like, forget your kingdom, I'll start my own.
Now this is probably one of the most important walls to me, at least, in all of the museum. This is because this is 10 kings and 1 queen, and they range from Nigeria to Cameroon to Togo, Benin, the Congo, and Cote d'Ivoire. Now, why is this so important? It's so important because these pieces come from where these people are kings.
That's right. And this is the education of Bronze Kingdom. This is their personal collection that they put out to educate. Like he said, this is one of the most important pieces in this museum. 10 kings, 1 queen. What could you imagine that children from Evans you had come over here the other day, when you have all of the children from all of the neighborhoods here in Central Florida come to visit and see that there were 10 kings that came, and all of these warriors, all of the celebration of kings, and letting them know the history. This is the impact of the museum. This is why history is important. Go ahead, Mr. Bennett.
And particularly for me, is there's that they're saying that a lot of things that Africans do and a lot of things I have are replicas. They want to say that they're not important because these are not things that they have. These folks came here. Now remember that these items come from their countries.
That's right.
And what they said was the ancestors reside here. What they said is we brought Africa to America.
That's
right. All right. So they were so impressed by what we were able to amass, what we were able to collect and put in the. They said they got together and had an impromptu meeting, and the result of that meeting is they came to me and they said that we cannot allow just anyone to be in possession of our culture, our history, our legacy, what they use the word patrimony. And they said, we must make you a king. And they did that on the spot and made my wife a queen as well.
no way!
So
You're actually king and queen bee.
yes.
I love it.
So when the world is detracting and shooting the arrows at us and talking about what it is, what we've done, I have no doubt in my mind that we're doing the right thing because the validation came from the people from where this comes from, not the others who have different motives or reasons for saying what they're saying. So that's why this is so important.
Amazing. Definitely.
So and last Friday, we had an event
beautiful. Let me see how it's picking up on camera. Yeah. The colors, in person, everything is different, but the colors are just so vibrant and so beautiful. So beautiful. Go ahead, Mr. B.
So last Friday, we had an event with an Oba, which is the king in Nigeria. So the Oba, who was a new Oba, his father passed last year, and so he was elevated to the position of Oba. He actually had a video release party here.
No way!
And him and 2 other Obas came. So we had 3 kings here last Friday. So,
3 kings on Friday. I believe there's some symbolism there.
So what I'm saying is that
this place is blessed.
Yes, we are. And the validation by the folks where this comes from continues. And
be a blessing, definitely.
It really is.
And y'all are definitely a blessing. And thank y'all for sharing with the Central Florida community. Not only with the Central Florida community, because it benefits everyone. Because there's not just us that come here, right?
No.
Yeah, it's people from all over the world. All over the world that get to experience this history, but get educated by it. And then come back home. Now, is this the last of the education spaces?
No.
Or you have more upstairs?
We have more upstairs. We want to
You're good. And then upstairs you do have event center. So not only could you come to view the educational spaces and learn the history and learn about the African connection and the different tribes, and celebratory, and just see the amazement of kind of being in awe of what was created thousands and thousands of years ago before Christ. And not only that, and you saw the restaurant,
Right.
the Serengeti, where you can have your own coffee and have brunch meetings. You're open to all of that. And then upstairs, they have another event space where you could actually host an event.
Yes, anything from weddings to birthday parties, bar mitzvahs,
What?
all kinds of things.
You telling me we don't even need a passport?
No, okay, and
We got you.
for instance, this end of this month, a couple of things we're hosting is we have our Africa to America in music, and that's a free event
Awesome.
to the public, and we got Dear South America coming, we got a few folks.
And then you got the drumming and tell the history of
So
drumming.
they're going to tell you what they're going to do is going to be very, very interesting. So we have our band, Nakuuno, which means I see you in Swahili. And they're going to show how the beats and rhythms of today's music actually
It all
came
comes
from Africa. And
because we were the
show
first civilization.
Exactly.
And you see that progression of, nothing is new under the sun.
No.
And you see it all, where you see the fighting of wars, the celebratories. Remember when people came home from war, from World War I or World War II, even just the Afghan and Iraq war, you had celebrations. Same way you had celebrations thousands and thousands of years ago. Same thing. When Osama bin Laden was killed, there was a celebration. The same celebrations back when an enemy was killed. And you saw that. You saw 60-minute specials. Same concept. Nothing is new, and it was all originated and came from Africa. All right. Anything else you want to tell us about Bronze Kingdom? And, this is your collection.
Yeah, we're a multicultural event center. I mean, there's all kinds of things that you can do. We'll have a gift shop with
yeah, it was a nice gift shop at your last place.
This is going to be 4 times as large, and it'll be located here. It'll be called Safari.
Yeah, very nice.
So that's what we have there. In addition, things like we are doing plays. The Color Purple will be here in April.
Amazing.
We're going to do our tribute. Our Black History tribute is at the end of the month here.
Nice.
They're going to be doing so that New York is back, but Orlando is not. So we'll be having those types of events here. So
and this is not just during Black History Month.
No, it's not.
This is all year long, 365 days a year.
But remember this: for us, every day is Black History Month. Okay.
Or African history. Yes, every day.
Every day.
Every day. Awesome. Well, I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all for showing us around and giving us an extensive tour. But also, just thank y'all for providing this and sharing this with the world again.
It's definitely our pleasure. And, we're fortunate that the ancestors selected us.
The legacy keepers is what we like to say. The legacy keepers, the keeper of the legacy. So thank you, King and Queen B.
Thank you.